welcome into episode number 26 of Tunesday Tuesday with yours truly, Boston Chris, from the Boston Chris Show. Excited for this episode this week, as I am for all episodes, honestly. But this week, we are featuring a couple of young ladies, one of which I've known for a really long time, the other one that I'm just learning about, Heather and Rylee from Drifted Harmony, a new duo here in East Texas, in the East Texas music scene. Really looking forward to picking their brain, and we will be featuring their debut song. This is the first time they've ever had an original song together. We're excited to play that song here tonight. And if you are tuning in from YouTube later on, then this is no longer live. And perhaps you have found just the interview portion of this. And if you want to hear all of the music, you can see the episode 26 recap. There's a link in the description below. If you're watching on Facebook or Twitch tonight, that means you are live and you can comment in the chat in real time with both me and the guests, Miss Heather and Miss Rylee tonight. You can also request songs if you'd like to, as long as they're not hateful or offensive in any way. And we'll play dang near any genre, literally any genre, all genres, all styles. So if you want to hear a song, let me know in the chat with the song title and the artist. But without any further ado, we will get into our chat with Rylee and Heather from Drifted Harmony. Let me set that up for us. What's up, ladies?
Hi.
How are y'all tonight?
We're good. We're excited.
So I was just telling everybody out there in internet land that I have known Heather for quite some time.
Yes.
But I have not known much about you, Rylee. So we're gonna be learning about Rylee tonight. Rylee is on the left, Heather is on your right, and man, Heather, you and I go way back, don't we?
Do it. Sorry.
I said you and I go way back, don't we, Heather?
Yeah.
Yeah, since 2016.
Something like
17?
that. Yeah, it was just so y'all know out there, the chance meeting that Heather and I kind of ran into each other at a studio when Heather was recording. I think it was your first single, wasn't it, back in the day?
It was, yeah.
Yeah. And so it was down in Bullard, Texas. I happened to be there for an interview I was doing, and Heather was there recording her first single. And Heather, I've always respected you a lot just because of how busy you are always. Just one of the most busy musicians here in East Texas. And Rylee, I've just started learning about you. So where are you from, Rylee?
I'm from Louisiana.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so originally from Louisiana, now you're in East Texas, like full time?
Girl converted to Texan, I know.
Oh my gosh. So how long have you been here?
About 7 years now in Tyler. Yeah.
And so much like Heather, you guys are coming together into this duo, but you both have other projects going on. I know, like I mentioned, Heather is super busy all the time doing stuff, from open mics to acoustic stuff. I've seen you doing your full band stuff too, Heather. And Rylee, you have a full band as well called Renee and the Strays, right? So
yeah.
How long have you had the full band going on?
Not very long. November was our first gig ever at True Vine.
Okay. So first gig ever, is that like your first, like anything, anywhere, even in Louisiana?
I always grew up in like musical theater and choir and dance. So I've always been around music. I've always been pretty shy on showing out my vocals and everything. But so I just started getting into it in November. I met all these amazing people. I met Heather in December whenever she had a cancellation on her.
Wow.
And we got together at that gig and harmonized, and we just couldn't stay away from each other.
Well, you already know, you're familiar with the song swap. We had a song swap together. Our bass player introduced us to each other. He's like, I got someone perfect to fill in. I never heard of her before. I looked her up. I'm like, she sounds really good. And then we get together and we realized we sing a lot of the same stuff, and we just naturally like started harmonizing. And that same night, we're like, why don't we just start a band.
Yeah.
And so we've been together ever since December,
Wheeling and dealing.
on a roll.
So you started the full band in November, and then the duo in December kind of took shape. Right?
Yes, yeah.
So what's the main focus? Because obviously you guys have the first single coming out that we're going to feature tonight, Dead Man Running. But is that kind of the focus right now, more of the duo rather than the full band stuff?
Yeah, I would say we're both into the duo. Yeah. All into that.
So having interviewed Heather multiple times, gosh, we've done a few interviews, I think, at this point. I know that her influences, your influences, are really like very country, very pop based, and those can kind of vibe together, right? Like your music has been very country pop, right, Heather?
Yeah, I would say more so of the majority. I do have like some rock songs and
Yeah.
Other stuff, yeah, but more so, yeah.
And obviously that vibes well in East Texas because you play so much. So what is the response that you're getting out there with? Because like obviously we live in a hotbed for country music, right? Like pop music is not really all that heralded here in East Texas. So what's the connection been like with your audiences?
Well, honestly, people are surprised and
Yeah.
they love it and they started following us now. And so we have a little bit of following that just keeps growing. And we just love continuously bringing on new songs all the time, whether it's cover songs that they haven't heard in a long time, you don't ever hear people play, or it's our stuff, our
Yeah.
original.
Yeah. And so do those influences vibe with Rylee as well? Do you kind of have the same kind of influences?
Oh gosh, yes.
Yeah.
I think that's why we feel so connected.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I saw that you posted a version of Pink Pony Club that was very country. Had
we sing a lot of the same songs.
We really do, yeah.
Yeah, so I love that. So like, there's a lot of like the vibe is very, very the same for y'all. So when did you guys kind of decide that? I mean, obviously the name of the group is Drifted Harmony, so harmony must be part of this. Like, when did you guys figure out that the harmony was good?
The first night we met.
Yeah.
With the song swap, we just kind of were playing off each other's vibes, and I just helped out, swelled it where I could, and so did she. And yeah, we just really vibed together. Our bass player that connected us to, he was just like, "This is crazy."
Yeah.
He says it every time we're together.
He's like, "Why do y'all sound so good?"
And we kept like trying to think of a name that sounded good with harmony, and I found the word drifted. I was like, because we like drift all those harmonies together like perfectly, and because we swing a lot on the harmonies and songs, and people can't ever tell us apart. And I think it's so funny that people don't know who's singing the harmony or who's singing the lead.
Yeah.
Our closest friends and family are like, "Is this you or Heather?"
I love that too. So you mentioned being shy earlier, Rylee. So is Heather kind of helping you get out of your shell a little bit?
Very, very much.
Yeah.
Just like it's been crazy. This music industry, just gunning into it, gun ho it's been wild. And Heather absolutely has been helping me get out of my shell. It helps having someone that's a strong singer and a strong player too.
Yeah.
And I'm learning a lot from her as well with her stage presence and how she manages the business and all that. She's amazing, really.
Yeah.
If you ever came to a show, though, I have to say, you would have never thought with her saying that she's a beginner, because she doesn't play or sing like it. You would think she's been up there doing this for a few years.
Yeah.
She did say that the first time we met, and I was like,
no way.
Thank you.
Did just no.
Well, that's cool. And I know Heather, you had some time off recently. I think you had another baby, right?
I did, and then I had a major car accident last year.
Yeah, that's what it was. That's what.
Yeah, it was a major car accident.
So, what's it been like coming back from that?
Last year was hard, but honestly, I want to say that was a good time for me to take a break from everything and just reset. And I think I needed that. I mean, not the car wreck, but
right.
to reset. And I just feel like everything's just getting better and better, and there's no going back from there. So
Is it hard to get kind of back on the bike after
I've got
that?
my people and my purpose, and I'm not taking life for granted.
Yeah. Well, I know prior to the accident, like I said, man, you were so busy. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
you know, you're
It was a little wake up call.
like 3 to 5 shows a week, every single week. So
I'm kind of back to that now, but I think in a good way. Like, it's places that I don't mind playing for, which as to in the past, I just kind of took anything. And being a musician, it's kind of, you're learning. It's a learning curve for sure as you go down the road. And I've definitely learned a lot in the past decade that I've been doing this, and hopefully I'm helping her out.
yeah.
Yeah.
Do
You have to have a backbone.
You do.
Yeah,
You do.
for sure. You definitely have to
Yes.
have a backbone. What do you kind of attribute your connection to the venues to? Like, I mean, it's so hard to get booked, but like I feel like it's even harder to get rebooked. And like I see you rebooked at so many different venues. So what do you think you can owe that to? Like just being rebooked so consistently.
Well, Heather has a lot of connections too. I will say that.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just, I think our vibe, people
And-
like it.
Yeah, and I think, like she said, it's the vibe, and the reason why these venues keep having us back is because we fit their venue, and because we're multi-genre artists,
Mhm.
we can play anything. And a lot of the times, people will come up and tip us to play a song for them that we never heard, and we'll attempt it, and we do. They never knew that was our first time doing it, and then we'll end up adding it to our set list and just continuously have that grow. And I think that's why we continue going back to these venues, is we fit the venue, and the people that continue to go there like us, and they just want us back for some reason.
We play what people like. That's
Yeah.
our genre.
And I think it's really important to like read the room too, right? Like knowing what is supposed to be where, right? Like you don't want to play a huge, like real hard hitting song in a small restaurant, for example. Like you really have to know what to do and
You gotta
where
match
to
the
do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So let's talk writing. So you guys obviously are writing. You have the first single out already. What's the writing look like for y'all two?
Well, so far, us getting together, we were both writing songs before we even knew each other.
Right.
And so our minds together were like, hey, I have this song, and I think we would really sound good on it. And so far, we have merged our creative processes together in that aspect.
Yeah, whether it's
Like tidbits or
fixing a word or there too, or we're trying to figure out the melody. If one can't, we just manage to coincide that together.
like the foundations of our original so far have been there,
Yeah.
pre-existing, and then we made it what it is now.
Do you feel like you have different strengths as well? Like one's more, lyrically gifted, one's more melodically gifted, stuff like that? Or is it just a
Not at all.
combination of both?
No.
a combination of both.
Yeah.
Really. I don't feel at all like it's one or the other.
Yeah.
We're both like there for each other, and we both have the same ability to write and have melody. So it's not a competition, definitely.
Of
So
course
no.
not. Yeah.
No. It's like we have girls' nights all the time.
Yeah, we definitely set some time aside for family and for ourselves to just relax and get to know each other more. And
Spend quality time
Yeah.
outside of music, I think, is very important too,
Yeah.
especially if you're in a duo like this.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
Gotcha.
there has to be chemistry from a personal relationship as well, like not just a
Yeah.
musical relationship. Otherwise, I mean, what's the point, right? You're not going to have fun.
Right.
right, yeah.
Yeah. So
And it's
when
no fun.
you guys find yourself like scheduling writing, or is it more spontaneous for y'all?
It's pretty spontaneous at
Spontaneous.
this point.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Like
I'll
one of you
send
will just
her-
like bring an idea to the table and then you just kind of flesh it out from there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
We have
love
like
that. man.
we're gonna do a shared Dropbox where if you're riding in the car and something strikes you, just
Mhm.
record it and throw it in there, and we'll see where it goes.
Just kind of work on it the next time we're together and edit it as we go. So yeah.
Are you guys like rehearsing a lot as well, and then bringing those ideas to the rehearsal room as well?
Oh gosh, yes, because
Oh,
we're
yeah.
going to add new stuff.
Mhm.
Yeah, I love that. So let's talk a little bit about Driftin' Harmony's pick of the week, which I find this interesting. This is one of my favorite songs of all time too, so I can't wait to hear why y'all collectively decided to pick this one. Now, obviously, normally we have a single, singer-songwriter on the show. So usually it's just they pick a song and that's it. But with two of y'all, this has to be a little bit more difficult because now you each have to agree on the song. So you guys chose Dreams by Fleetwood Mac, and I want to hear both of y'all kind of talk about the song and why y'all chose this one for the pick of the week.
Do you want to go first?
Well, when you asked us to do that, we were actually together.
Yeah.
I was cooking spaghetti in my kitchen, and she was like, what song like represents us most, And we both just thought of Fleetwood. Our energies and our vibe is more like Fleetwood Mac and Bonnie Raitt and what's the other artist that you said?
Alanis Morissette.
Mm-hmm. We think matches perfectly to us. And we sing Dreams by Fleetwood Mac, and we get a really good feedback from everybody when we sing that song.
Yeah.
So.
We play a lot of 80s, 70s rock, classic rock.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, we got country and pop in there and updated stuff too. But
all around.
We also dress a little differently at our shows as well than you would expect a country artist to dress, because we're not really just a country artist, we're a multi-genre artist. Mm-hmm. And we want to be seen as that and songwriters, So we feel like those artists represent us the most because they're songwriters, and they are really cool. They have a cool vibe, and that's kind of like where we're at with it.
I love that. And let's get into the song that we're featuring today, Dead Man Running. I love the song. So you guys got to take us into the room as y'all are writing it. How did the song come to be?
So it came to be because that was one of my songs that I had just like sitting in my notes, and we were at practice one day, and I didn't know the chords yet. I just had the bass foundation, and I brought it up to the table, and we made it what it was, and it's been great.
Yeah, and we had also written that Double Trouble song that we're getting ready to release as well, June 27th. That one is my song.
Yeah.
And same thing, brought it to the table. We figured out the chords then. And we had a very tough decision on which one to release first, whether it was Dead Men Running or Double Trouble. We're like, I feel like we need to just throw it all out there right at first song. Dead Men Running. And so we went with Dead Men Running, and that's why that's our first song.
Yeah.
Well, it's kind of funny, man, because like when Heather contacted me about doing this show tonight, y'all didn't have the song yet, right? So
we were so close to releasing it.
Yeah,
she's on top of it. She gets started way before we're even ready.
Mm-hmm. But I was just like, man, I was like, Heather, I'm so about it, but like, do you have a song ready? And she was like, well, not yet, but let's do something for May or end of April, and we'll have it ready for you. So. I'm excited because this is, guys, the song, when we play it here in about 5 minutes or so, it is literally a brand new artist, a brand new single. Like, you guys are hearing this for the first time anywhere. So this is dope for us. So I appreciate, Heather, you coming to us with this. And, I've always been a huge fan of yours over the years, and always an advocate for you and everything you do. I have to let you know that Jake Harper says that the brunette on the right is really hot.
That's my husband.
I know.
He always puts the word smash under all of our pictures. That
Cheryl Owens.
Joke, and our bandmates know. And Cheryl is my mother. She said hi, by the way. She wanted me to tell you hi.
Oh,
she wants to know what the inspiration. She says, I wonder what the inspiration for Double Trouble was.
I have no idea. I don't know. You'll have to find out.
You'll have to find out June 27th.
June 27th is the release of that song, right around the corner. That's not that far away. We're talking less than 2 months now.
Summertime song.
Yeah. And Trespassers, I will get to your song right after the two songs that we're going to play to start this off. But before we get into our music tonight, I want you guys to have the opportunity to follow Drifted Harmony everywhere. So where can people follow along with everything you guys have going on?
The best way to get to everything is just to go to our website, because we have our socials on there, our YouTube, our music on there. It's driftedharmony.com.
And we will make sure that is in the description. And I'm also going to put it out here right now for you guys in the live audiences, case you guys want to follow along. They do have social medias all over the place as well, which is great. Here's the Facebook link for y'all right there, and over on Twitch. You guys make sure you're checking out the website. Follow them. I know they're on Facebook, Instagram. I think you guys are on TikTok as well, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, we are on TikTok.
So I know I'm pretty sure I'm following on those three. And I know you guys also have a YouTube as well that I'm subscribed to. So you guys make sure you're checking them out on YouTube as well. We'll make sure there's a description in the YouTube link or the YouTube description once this comes out on YouTube. And Heather Rylee, thank you so much for your time tonight.
Thank you for having us.
Bye.
You guys have a great rest of your night, and we're going to get into the music.
Yay.
Let's do it.
Right.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
All right, guys, we are going to get into the music, and tonight's first song is obviously the one that we are featuring from our friends Heather and Rylee of Drifted Harmony. This is the official lyric music video of a debut single from a debut artist